It's time to give some older games some love. Pre-2000's games, with some exceptions. I'll put how much time in between the deadline and release. But anyway, on to the countdown. Kirby 64 is number 10. Kirby is in his first 2.5D adventure, something he'd grow very acquainted with, as he still hasn't made his jump to 3D. And no, Blowout doesn't count, shut up. Play as Kirby, who once again is perfectly content with murdering everything in sight and steal their powers, and for the first time, you can combine power-ups and create some of the coolest powers in a fridge. A fridge! You'd become a fridge, damn it! This little fairy, named Ribbon, is from the planet, gonna be honest, I forgot the planet she's from. But anyway, Ribbon comes to Planet Popstar and recruits Kirby, King Dedede, Waddle Dee, and some paint girl that only appears again in Star Allies. Ribbon came here because her planet was taken by Dark Matter, the main villains of the Kirby universe. Kirby must travel through several planets to liberate Ribbon's planet. Upon defeating Miracle Matter, who is one of the most unique Kirby bosses, actually you'd think more Kirby bosses would use his powers against him. Anyway, upon defeating it, you win the game. The hell? But I saved your planet. What happened? Meh. I'm gonna play through again, cause that was fun. I'll even collect all the crystal shards. Here I come, Miracle Matter. What the hell is that? You're not Miracle Matter. What are you doing? Yep. Kirby 64 has a true final boss, 02. Before 02 became weeb shit, it was the true final boss of Kirby 64. And it's difficult by Kirby standards. And it's a long fight, too. The ESRB clearly didn't see this part, considering 02 bleeds from his eyes as you hit him. He bleeds from his freaking eye! The controls take some getting used to, but if you have a Nintendo 64, I would recommend picking this up. Kirby's Adventure takes number 9, the only NES game that makes this list. Kirby is pink for the first time. This is also the first game giving him his copy abilities, including Backdrop, Ball, Beam, Crash, Cutter, Fire, Fireball, Freeze, Hammer, High Jump, Ice, Laser, Light, Mic, Needle, Parasol, Sleep, Spark, Star Rod, Stone, Sword, Throw, Tornado, UFO, and Wheel. Plus Mix, but that's really if you inhale two enemies with different powers at the same time, and it gives you a random power. Meta Knight made his first appearance, who proceeds to test Kirby several times before you fight him for his piece of the Star Rod. Oh wait, I should explain the story now. I'm gonna do this on the spot instead of looking it up. King Dedede rips the Star Rod off of the Fountain of Dreams because of nightmares. However, it also removed dreams too, so the residents of Dreamland can't dream anymore. Kirby realizes this while taking a nap and proceeds to go off to recover the pieces of the Star Rod, and he goes along to defeat the king. Unbeknownst to Kirby, King Dedede did it for a reason, and upon returning the Star Rod to the fountain, releases a ball that turns into Nightmare, who is what King Dedede 3 wanted to get rid of. This game is great and a total recommendation. I would recommend checking out the GBA version too, because that is the one that would have been on the list if it wasn't past the deadline.
Yay, Luigi! Nintendo.
Luigi's Mansion is number 8. The GameCube launch title is like a little kid's horror game. I go down to my cousin's house and we play his GameCube, and if it wasn't Sonic Adventure or Smash Melee, it was this game. Luigi's first starring role. Don't! Luigi travels through a mansion he won in a letter that he didn't apply to win. Through this would put up some red flags, but no. Luigi goes through this admittedly creepy mansion, and upon opening a door, ghosts appear, and this old man is fighting them with a vacuum. Then he forces Luigi to do it instead. You'd think Luigi would use his other abilities, but no. So Luigi travels through this mansion that he thinks Mario is in. But yeah, Mario isn't there. There's even a dramatic scene where Luigi sees him. And he also finds a bunch of Mario's items, even though Mario is wearing all of it in the painting. But Nintendo is So screw story. So anyway, Luigi goes through with his vacuum, and then King Boo appears like, instead of kidnapping Peach and wait for Mario to kick my teeth in, I'm gonna capture Mario and Luigi first. So then Luigi defeats him, and the old guy gets him out of the painting, and everything ends well in the end. Wait, the video isn't over yet, what the hell?
Oh no!
Sonic Adventure takes number 7. Sonic's first jump to 3D. Shut up! Play as a bunch of characters such as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, him, and Gamma. Sonic gets fast gameplay and the most levels along with new powers, the homing attack and the lightspeed dash. Tails is like Sonic, but he's slower and can fly. He also races a bunch of people. Knuckles explores the open levels to find the shards of the Master Emerald. How he can do this is explained in his theme song. The Great Emerald's power allows me to feel. Amy is slow and has a hammer, and also is running from a robot. She is also protecting this bird guy. He uses a fishing rod to fish for a frog. Gamma destroys everything that moves, doesn't move, and is too afraid to move. Everything dies from gun. All to stop Eggman from being Eggman, who broke the Master Emerald to set free Chaos, an angry water creature from the past who proceeds to want to destroy the world because he's angry and eats Chaos Emeralds. So he becomes a really big guy and has to be taken down by Supersonic. And so he does that and everything ends. This is also where we got Open Your Heart. A good song is a good song. Sonic Adventure takes number 6. Sonic's second big romp in 3D. Just like SA1, there are a lot of playable characters. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, Rouge, and Eggman. Sonic and Shadow are the fast guys with fast levels, cause they gotta go fast. Tails and Eggman are just Gamma, destroy everything. Knuckles and Rouge go around open levels to find pieces of the Master Emerald, like Knuckles in SA1. This story is long and convoluted, and I don't want to explain it, but I'll do it anyway. Eggman goes to a place called the Space Colony Ark, where he releases the ultimate lifeform named Shadow. Shadow was made by Eggman's grandpa to be a weapon, and then the United Federation sent Gun to shut it down. And then they shot a little girl that Shadow was friends with, so now he wants revenge on humanity. So then he frames Sonic for a crime, and now Sonic is wanted by the government. And also Rouge tried stealing the Master Emerald, and Knuckles said no, but when Eggman shows up to steal it, he shatters it. So then they go through the world, and then all end up on the Ark, where they fight the final hazard, as Super Sonic and Super Shadow, and then Shadow falls to Earth and loses his memory for the literal only time in the series. So anyway, I like this game, it's real good. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, or as actual people call it, just Yoshi's Island, is number 5. Yoshi makes his first actually playable appearance in order to reunite Baby Red Luigi and his brother Baby Luigi, who are being delivered to their parents by a stork before Kamek's cronies are sent to intercept them, as it is foretold that they would stand in Bowser's way in the future, which to be fair, he wasn't wrong. Yoshi's staple moveset was created here. The eggs and the flutter jump are introduced here, along with grossly contorting his body into things to progress. This is by far my favorite SNES game, and I am willing to fight anyone on that claim. Play as Yoshi, 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 and Yoshi along this quest as they relay across with Baby Mario, which sorta makes no sense. It means that each Yoshi cleared the level before you did. So why don't they all go together with strength in numbers? I mean, if one Yoshi can clear each level, then all of them should plow through the island and get to Baby Bowser's castle instantly. I mean, how dangerous can one baby be? Oh dear, that is a big turtle. Well, Yoshi has to take down this Goliath before it destroys the remains of the castle. Well, what I can only assume is the electric guitars trying their damnedest to burst through the SNES's musical limitations, and in order to beat him, Yoshi has to throw conveniently floating giant eggs. How did those eggs get there? Anyway, after you beat Bowser, Yoshi finally reunites Red Luigi with his brother in this must-have SNES game.
Shut up, Tails!
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is number 4. In the words of the almighty Shea Fellis Productions, you can make a perfect sequel. In fact, let's go over his criteria of the perfect sequel, as I assume it applies for video games too. Expand the universe. Of course there's a 7th Chaos Emerald. That's why Super Sonic wasn't activated in Sonic 1. Also, of course there's a Super Sonic made from the power of the Chaos Emeralds. Might as well show some of the power that we were teased with. Of course there's more than just the island from Sonic 1. Of course there's more anthro-animals like Sonic in this world. Continue the story in a meaningful way. Well, it's a 2D platformer in the 90s. Any more story than Sonic 1 gave us could be considered meaningful. Introduce, expand, themes in a meaningful way. People thought Sonic 1 was fast? Nah, Sonic 2 blows it out of the water. Sonic tells the screen to screw off. Leave a positive impact on the franchise. Tails, 7th Chaos Emerald, Death Egg, seen as one of the greatest Sonic games of all time even today. Sonic 1 merely picked off the series. Sonic 2 kicked it into high gear for the coming years. So yeah, I would say Sonic 2 is a perfect sequel. I mentioned him earlier, but yeah, Tails makes his first appearance in this game. He's even the little brother mode since player 2 can play as him, and player 1 can select him from the options menu. Of course he gets his flying removed for some reason, but he's still technically easy mode because he's shorter and thus harder to get hit with. But there's also no Sonic following him around, so no little brother mode if Big Brother picks Tails. On to the story. Eggman returns to steal the Chaos Emeralds in order to power his ultimate weapon, the Death Egg, and Sonic must stop him. That's it. Story didn't matter in 1992. If you have a Genesis, or can emulate one, or a system where Sonic 2 is available, I'd recommend picking it up and trying out Sonic's second 2D adventure.
What have I got? Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back. Press start to begin.
Crash Bandicoot 2 is number 3. The best game in the original trilogy. Sonic's ass stars in his first good game. All problems from Crash 1 are solved here. The controls are fixed and deaths feel like they're my own fault now. Doesn't stop me from dying all the time, of course, because I'm not a god. The story this time around is Coco needs batteries for her laptop and Crash has to find them. Then we forget all that, and Dr. Evo Wily... No, wait. Dr. Neo Cortex has fallen into a cavern and after his defeat in Crash 1, and sees a Chaos Dragon Ball, a Power Crystal, in which he then recruits Crash to help him find them under the guise of, there is a greater threat. And because Crash is dumb, he falls for it and goes collecting crystals, riding a polar bear sometimes too. Platform your way across a lot of lands, collecting power crystals and defeating Cortex's allies, even though it would make more sense for them to be looking for crystals with Crash, considering you tricked them onto your side. Coco just exists here too, I guess. You can really just cut her out of the story and it remains largely unchanged. I don't know where Tawna is in this game. I guess she's just not here. If you want to play a Crash game on PS1, I recommend this one the most. Spyro the Dragon is number 2. Definitely my favorite of the original series. Spyro is a small purple dragon that saves bigger dragons trapped in crystal. Why are they trapped in crystal? Well, the dragons are being interviewed for a TV show, I guess, and it was broadcasting live, and Ganasty Gnorc was watching when he came up in the interview, where he was promptly insulted by the dragons, and he hit all of them with magic somehow, trapping them all in crystal, except Spyro, who was so short, he was missed, and proceeds to go on an adventure to set all the dragons free, and beat up Ganasty Gnorc, and everything is fun. Alongside you is Sparks, the dragonfly, who acts as your health for the adventure, changing colors based on how many times you can be hit. If you get hit without Sparks, you die. Spyro can breathe fire, charge, and glide. and you'll use these abilities to platform and fight your way through each of the lands, which also got attacked by Gnasty Gnorc. Upon defeating Gnasty Gnorc, Spyro becomes famous and appears on the interview. When the dragons get crystallized again, Spyro goes off again to save them. And no, this isn't a New Game Plus. It just happens off screen and is never mentioned by the sequels. You'd think the Nasty Gnorc would have learned and made Spyro Crystal 2, but no. Anyway, pick this game up. Either the original or the reignited remake. Both are good.
Ah!
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles is number 1. No, this isn't two separate games. Shut up. And I know what you'll say. Oh, I'm one of those Sonic fans. The correct ones. This game improves on the already great Sonic 2 with longer levels, faster gameplay, new themes, new characters, and even a story. Right after the events of Sonic 2, Sonic and Tails fly to the crash site of the Death Egg, which landed on a mysterious floating island, which had to be astronomically unlikely considering Mobius is around the size of Earth. But anyway, Sonic and Tails fly into it, before Knuckles appears and uses the power of the Master Emeralds to knock the Super out of Super Sonic. Sonic stays stunned while standing there, while Knuckles collects the dropped Chaos Emeralds just before Tails catches up to Sonic. They give chase to the new porcupine on the block with the buff chest, but Knuckles has lived on this island his whole life, so he knows it inside and out, outsmarting the Hedgehog and Fox every time. The reason for this is that Eggman made it there first, and lied to Knuckles to make him believe that Sonic and Tails were the bad guys. In the first half of the game, Sonic messes up the Death Egg's relaunch, causing it to crash back down to the island. As Sonic falls with the platform, he too lands back down on the island, Tails finding him to rejoin the adventure. Sonic then later confronts Knuckles before Eggman, reveals he was the bad guy the whole time, and Knuckles sends Sonic and Tails to board the Death Egg, and if you collected all the emeralds along the way, Super Sonic confronts Eggman in the final showdown in an asteroid belt, and after retrieving the Master Emerald, Sonic lands down where Tails catches him in his plane once again. But that's not it. When you select Knuckles, his story takes place right after, where a rogue Egg Robo and Mecha Sonic plan to steal the Master Emerald too, and Knuckles has stopped them, so yay. Sonic has his tried and true gameplay, with a few new moves, like his Insta-Shield, which makes him invincible in air for a short time. Tails is like Sonic, but he's shorter and can fly, so he's still easy mode. Knuckles can glide and climb on walls. His levels are also harder, so he's the hard mode of the game. There are also 3 new shields. The Flame Shield, which grants invincibility from fire-based attacks and lava. Sonic is the only one that can harness their second abilities too. This one allows him a mid-air boost forward. Bubble Shield, which allows you to breathe underwater and allows Sonic to bounce higher than normal. It is also the only one you are able to use underwater. Duh. Lightning Shield grants invincibility from lightning-based attacks and also magnetizes rings closer to the user, and allows Sonic to double jump. Sonic 3 is the best game in the original Sonic trilogy and is also my favorite retro game of all time. Hey, if you made it this far, why not subscribe and hit that bell?